Welcome everyone. Today we'll take you a step further into glass. We will talk about, first we'll talk about the design, the application design in the glass. As you all tried it. You see, it's all like cards, okay? So we will talk about the principles behind how users expect the application to be on the glass, and the glass UI, which is the application UI, and how to invocate the glassware. The glassware is the application on the glass. They call it the glassware. So, for example, when you say "Okay Google," this is one of the glass. Okay glass. And we will talk about the card layout, which is if anyone Android developer or iOS developer or any developer. For example, in Java you have the grid layouts and these stuff. So there are card layouts for glass UI. So we will start with the principles. First, design for glass. Design your application specifically for glass. Don't copy your mobile application, the mobile application UI and UX to the glass. It should be redesigned. If you want to port your application to glass, you need to redesign your application. Be there when needed. So, they say it is in front of you, but not blocking your vision. So it's there, but when the user needs it, be there, and when the user doesn't need it, just go away. So, for example, use location and time to empower user glass. For example, when you wear your glass and you're walking behind your grocery store, you want to buy from it. So your application, for example, if your application is a to-do list or a shopping list, your application should see the user location and open the glass and show him the grocery list, so he can buy it. So be there when needed. Avoid the unexpected. You wake up, you wear your glass, it's 3:30 in the morning, and early bird special discount. So the user doesn't expect this, so you should be aware of this stuff. Build for people. Use fire and forget usage model. For example, when someone calls you, you will find his picture, and when you don't respond to him, finish. The card will go away. So be there. Build for people. Use images. Use natural gestures, and use familiar voice interactions. For example, if you want to delete, you will say just delete. So it will delete. And now with the glass UI, the main thing you see, they call it the timeline. You have the clock and other cards that are in the timeline. Okay? I will show you a video about the timeline.
think you just copied the snapshot of the video.
Yeah.
It's just an image.
Sorry, I think I'm
It's,
going to
Hey,
that's
Just in time for the glass UI.
Yes.
Okay, yes.
Just in time. Heather, this box is yours.
I'll just connect to my phone.
Yeah, that's a prison.
Okay.
We don't care about the presentation.
YouTube 23.
How old is it? How old is this
Okay.
glass?
Like 2 weeks.
How young is this?
When is its birthday?
Here is the timeline.
Things that will are happening now or coming up, like the weather, an upcoming flight, or events in your calendar. You can tap on any card to see more. Swipe down anywhere to go back to the timeline. Cards to the right of the home screen are from the past, like messages, videos, or photos.
Is it really that
Tap
clear?
on a photo to share it.
Is it that clear?
Choose one of your friends.
Man, I need to go get LASIK. For glass. Just do it.
Swipe down to
See,
go back
this
to
is
the
a new
timeline.
card added to the timeline.
So the timeline means the applications or
No, the timeline is what are you seeing, including all the cards you have.
the open applications?
It's
It's
like
like an
multitasking.
archive. It's like an
on
archive.
iPhone. It's like when you double click and you see all the cards, you see all the phone, the
Multitasking.
applications that's
okay.
running.
Yeah.
It's like
It
notifications.
is the
you
main
miss.
thing about the glass.
Mm.
So, yeah, you are seeing the timeline, the cards in the timeline.
What I'm asking about is that when you install a new application, it adds to the timeline like this.
It's
And-
coming.
Okay, sorry.
So what you've done in the past, and like you can go through.
It's
and
an
see the
archive.
same
It's
thing.
like
It's
it
like
keeps
your-
a track
it's
of
like
everything
this-
you have done in the past.
It's like this drop down you get from the top, where you
Uh-huh.
have all the missed notifications. It's like that.
It's like a cross between that and.
So,
Here we go.
this is the timeline, okay? That includes the cards. We have here a static card, UI element here. The glassware is the application, okay?
Is it like the OS or the application?
Not
the
the
OS
OS.
is Android, no? Or was it what?
I'm not sure.
Android.
Okay.
That's it.
The glassware is your application, okay? It will insert a new card into the timeline. Here we have a static card. You can see it can include images, HTML, text, all these static things into the card. When a new card is inserted into the timeline, the old cards will be shifted to the right, and the new card will be inserted. This is a live card For example, if you have a stopwatch, something is not static, it will be a live count.
Okay, how these are the best practice design or what?
This is the only thing you can
This
do.
is the thing.
This is the elements.
This is the thing.
You cannot do anything
You
else.
cannot do anything else.
How
How long do I have to? How long can I have it running? Is there a limit, time limit?
Sorry, I'll go from the back.
So I
Because
can.
you will use services like Android. For example, this application called Strava. Maybe you are familiar with it.
The running application.
Yes. Their glassware will be running in the background to manipulate, to update the live count.
Okay, and
Okay.
the live count, is it on all the time?
Yeah.
So does the OS restrict the time that you can have something
I don't think so.
But the number
Or
of
is it
Depends
like
upon the
battery?
application you're using. If you're using a Runtastic application, if you're jogging right now, then the card appears at that point of time and then it moves. The moment you're stopped.
Or if you're like, okay, class, go away from you.
Okay. There's no
There is no limit.
There's no limit.
But you can run out of battery very easy. It doesn't prohibit you from designing
No,
software
it will
about
shut
server.
down. The screen will shut off. Will
That's-
turn off the screen.
Yeah, this is my question. Can I control it in a way that it doesn't?
You turn off the glass.
No, as a developer, I mean.
As a developer,
Hey, I want
if your
my-
application is a stopwatch,
Okay,
okay?
so I can have it running
If
for
the
like
time-
an hour.
Yeah.
It's like
It's
a
the
normal
stopwatch.
phone.
Okay.
You don't know if the battery is about to die or not.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't do things to prohibit you from running
If
you
out of
want-
battery very.
As a developer, if you want to do it, you can do it.
Oh, okay. That's the question.
Yes. Here is the menus. Each card can have a menu, and if you swipe down, it's like the back button in Android, in anywhere.
Okay.
So don't try to manipulate this gesture. Here's immersions. This is like an application. It will take the timeline. So when you scroll, when you swipe, you will not see your timeline. You will be inside the application. Okay? And you can insert cards, and you can put menus. This is a game where you find what is this word and you write it by moving your head. When you move your head, this ball will go, and when you come to this character, it will come here. Then you move your head to choose the character.
Like to see you play it.
That's a lot of movement for a word, like.
Yeah.
You have to keep.
Imagine it's like a typewriter.
So the immersions is like the applications.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is an Android activity
And the other thing, the one before.
live cards
Live cards
Static
and the
cards.
static cards are like
are in the timeline, are inserted in the
like the
timeline.
widgets and something like this.
It's not.
No,
Like a Google Plus.
No, I
Google Now
understanding.
For example,
So it's running in the background. Okay, just when you need it, it will
live,
pop up. Like
live
it
cards run the background. Static cards.
You can think of it. You can think of it like this. Like you know how the launcher is always running on your phone.
Mm.
So there's always you have two ways to show something. Because the device itself is not a telephone, so the use case is different. It's always on, and you only show things when it's relevant to you, which is why there's a timeline concept. And whenever the user dismisses something, because he may dismiss something inadvertently, and he wants to know what are the, it's not missed notifications, it's the cards that I've dismissed in the timeline.
Mm.
So there are two ways. That's what I say. You actually insert a card, which is just a pop-up. Like for example, when I walk in here, Foursquare could say check in, and then that's it. If I ignore it, it goes back in my timeline.
Mm.
Okay. But if I'm in the car and I'm driving, then the live card would come in and it would just stay here for as long as I wanted to stay there.
Mm.
Either until the battery died, or until I dismissed it, or I put it in the background,
Like if you open the map.
or if, like if I open the map or something. So it's not like it's a widget.
No,
It's
I'm not saying that it's a widget. I'm just from to-do list, the shopping.
the application was running in the background. Okay, when you come on a specific location or a time, it just like running on background. This is the location for this to do. Okay, it just pop up. Okay,
Yes.
and we have two.
Not pop up. Insert the card.
Insert, it's okay. So we have two interfaces. Like cars, and the other thing is that when you are in the applications,
It's also
No,
cards.
it's just that the application can control what goes behind and what goes in
See.
front.
You have the timeline. Okay.
okay,
This is the timeline. You can insert cards.
Okay.
Okay. When you
in the application,
start an immersion, the immersion will come.
in front of
Okay.
us.
Yeah. You can see the timeline. Okay.
Ah.
And the immersion have cards, have everything.
Ah. So
When
you have two cards.
when you dismiss the immersion,
Timeline
the
comes.
timeline will come.
Okay.
Okay.
But this is probably not the best way to design general usage applications as an immersion.
Yeah,
It's more for like games and things like that. What if you have it's fine.
I will show you examples about these, and you will see. Here we have the menu. For example, we need someone use the glass. About the menus. If you say, okay, Google, it will give you a menu.
With the verbs that you can use.
Each is separate in a card or in a list.
In a list.
Okay. When you choose, it will dismiss.
But if you click it, it will show you the
Yes.
timeline. Yeah. But if you say the voice, if you trigger the voice recognition, it will give you the list.
Okay. So when you click it, it will give you these cards.
We can try it.
Yeah, I can see the.
Okay. Each card.
Sorry.
You end up with this vacant expression.
This is the future. Yeah, everyone's gonna be.
You know,
It's not gonna be
you know
smartphone
that the zombie apocalypse is coming? This is it right here. Everyone's gonna be like, that's it, this is gonna be the zombies. Like, oh, you know.
Each card can have a menu. Okay? And
This is kind of
it's
like
not a
context.
must. You are an iPhone user.
The iPhone user is
Clickable for
okay,
the,
this is more like
the timeline.
For example, you have an application menu.
If you say,
It's like a menu.
Oh, wow.
Menu.
just pressing.
Yes. Now with the invocation
Oh my god.
of glassware,
It's crazy.
you have a voice invocation where you
Okay,
say
glass.
a main voice command like okay Google, also okay glass.
So you
And
can
you have,
scroll up and down the
contextual menu.
instructions.
Contact commands. For example, in the navigation
Okay,
bar,
glass.
you have
How do I get it to take a photo?
voice commands
Say, take a
specifically
picture.
for the navigation cards.
It's gone.
Okay, and a free speech form, like in the Google search, you just talk and it will search.
How do you know which does the card show when you
Take a
when you have to
picture.
say the command? For example, if you're wearing the glass and there's
Say,
nothing on the
okay,
screen,
glass, take a picture.
Okay.
and you say something like okay glass,
to follow. Okay,
this
glass.
card that comes up,
Take a picture.
this is an invocation.
Photo.
Yeah, invocation of the glassware.
The glassware. Right, so
There's
when I
a
say
lot of
okay
noise,
glass,
that's
now
why.
the glassware comes on, and then I can then tell it to do something.
Yeah.
Like for
But
example,
okay glass for the system.
for the
I
system.
thought my
Yeah.
glasses
You
were
can put your own triggers. They call it
Oh,
triggers.
okay. This
And
is
you
one.
don't jump on it.
So if I say something else,
Yes.
like welcome, for example, you should launch
Yeah.
something else.
If you add it to your glassware and you insert the card or
Okay,
you open your immersion, you can
Take a
use
video.
any voice command.
Oh,
But after
It's
okay,
it's
glass.
working, man.
But
It's
after,
working.
You know, instead of
actually
okay,
recording.
okay, that's good.
So when you turn on the glass when it's off and you turn it on the first
Am
time,
I on the glass?
Yes.
okay, and you
The problem is that
what's the application that's running? Is there anything running? No.
You can move it. You can
It's the
adjust
timeline.
it according
With
to
the clock.
your
With the clock.
Yes.
Ah.
the thing.
Yes, okay.
Because the clock is always the first card. So.
Yes.
ده سايدي ولا سايدي؟
اذا خلصت ال 20 دقيقة ولا
I'm trying to see it. Okay, don't make it laugh. Glass, don't make
Hey.
it laugh.
What's that on your face?
Exactly. And the problem is I need a medical, medical glass.
Yeah.
So that's why.
This is the card regions. Okay.
Yeah, thanks.
The red rectangle will include your main content. These are margins. Okay. And here you put your, if you have any image, you can put it here. Okay.
It's restricted to the size of the red.
No, this is how you
this is
should do
the
it. To be.
It's the most effective way you should design code.
You should put it that way on the left. What I mean is that if it's you don't support Arabic now. I think so.
You can
No,
put it
it's
here.
supports
Image as.
It supports
blurred, right?
My question is not.
It's blurred.
My question is not left or right. My question is,
Yeah, I know. For me also, you have to adjust it.
Really?
You can put it
And
this side.
he did it, adjusted it, little sharp.
Should be on the left or
oh, okay, I get it. From on the vision pane.
Yes.
Which, okay.
It's right the glass.
Yeah.
And if the image is small, you will not see
You will
it.
not see it. Okay.
For example, if I called you, my image will be taking.
GDG Kuwait. All this.
Yeah. Taking all this rectangle. So you.
The program is
Immediately when you see it, you know
No,
what
you
you're
recognize. There's enough resolution.
Send a picture.
I'm asking about is that the Arabic is right to left,
Move it across, right.
left to right.
Like
So the image I can
it
put it
can be
on
moved
the
like
other
this,
side.
Yeah, you can move
But
the.
they're saying it should be this side.
No,
It should be this side.
on the front.
Like
You can move it
on the
Yeah.
visual plane.
So
If you put it on the quarter,
Yeah.
it becomes prominent for the eye to detect.
Am I monopolizing?
Put it in the center, you're
No,
blocking
just
it.
like all this from
For
the.
developers,
you're
it
seeing the card like
was,
this.
they introduced for
The
developers.
image
And
is
then
here.
Not sure. How much is it?
It's
The image
1500.
It's near up to your eyes.
It was 1200 for developers, I believe. There was a discount or something.
You notice what was
It started off with
happening?
1200.
Yeah, 1200,
You can
right?
look
Yeah.
at it directly, but as soon as it goes over there, your other eye tries to look at it as well.
Why did you get it?
You end up cross-eyed.
Yeah.
They did not on the App Store.
You're on video actually.
Oh, you went to the.
Shabab.
We will have a discussion after the.
After the talk, there's a discussion about wearable technology.
And share
Here
it.
you put the stats bar. For example, if you have loading,
Only
the
GDG Kuwait
Yeah,
will have
yeah,
that,
region.
no?
Yeah. And a footer is the blue region. For example, if you have a tweet, the time of the tweet, 2 days or this stuff, or like you put it in the footer. You have the layout templates. This is the main layout. You will have your main content here, and this is a small text. You put it here. Here we have the full bleed with text. You will put the image. The image will take all the
It's
text.
bleeding. It's
Yeah.
outside the margins.
Then you can write the text here. Author and content.
Yes.
The author will be here with his image, and the text will be here. Then
Translated.
likes and the time.
So this is
Pretty
for
cool.
SMS for
For example.
I'm feeling a little busy.
Yeah,
For the left
This
image,
one.
yeah,
Take a picture.
you put the image here, and the text will be here. For example, if you have flight, you will, this card will show up. You will have a list,
Okay, glass.
and that's it for the.
How big are the
Okay,
fonts? Like what font size do you use?
Roboto نفس مال اندرويد.
Keep it
Okay,
with the
glass.
development.
The menu is not coming
okay.
up.
Okay.
Sorry.
The menu is not
You
coming
should keep it with the development.
up. Okay, glass.
Development.
What is the weather right now?
Okay.
Now
well,
we finished
Give me
the
the
design
Okay.
and principles, and now we will focus on the
picture.
development on glass. First, we will initialize development for glass.
68% battery.
Then we will show you the types of development and what you can do with
Okay, glass.
glass development. Development
glass.
for Android and glass is almost the same. For glass, you have two types of development, either using Mirror API or using The GDK, Glass Development Kit.
Share this picture.
Okay. For the
Okay,
mirror
nice. Share
API,
the picture.
it's not an application. It's not running.
Okay, glass.
Basically, you need the internet, right?
Okay, glass.
Yes.
You need the
You
mobile.
need internet.
Ah.
It's not running on the glass.
Share
It's
the
running
picture.
on your server.
It's just a client to ping and then fetch
Yes. And you will get the cards.
the card.
Yes.
That one just.
So this is just a client.
Brilliant. Hands down.
You can download the Quick Start project and just run it on the glass, and you can see. You can use these things
Okay.
to when you are developing with mirror API.
So this is basically the backend you use.
Yes.
And then you
Let's
you
give you
put
an
your
example. Python.
Oh, well.
Hey, Python.
Well, if you took
Python
PHP
is
as well.
good.
Okay. طبعا you will do your
Wi-Fi check.
Google API
Wi-Fi
consoles and do your authentication. Then you will configure. This is a JSON. And
This is the you're creating your key here.
yes. I'll show you an example.
A programmer?
I used to be. Now getting back to.
Well,
I think we're losing the track.
Insert the timeline
Very
item.
polite, I'm watching.
Your response
I know
will be
Python, but then it's
a JSON file, text, hello world,
Python.
and you will get this card into your class.
are there any colors or?
There are colors, but it's not used for the font. Yeah, the font is always white, and if you have a lot of text, it will be auto resized, and you shouldn't put a lot of text inside the card.
About the Arabic, does it support Unicode?
I think so.
Sorry, they created and updated tags, I guess, to locate it in the timeline relative to other cards or something, or why do you have to put,
I don't know about this.
Force close.
what's this
But-
e-tag thing?
This is for the proxies.
Okay.
This is something I have to do with the web. It's nothing to do with the glass.
Okay.
For the glass, for example, you send it from your server. You send a JSON file with a key text, and the value is hello world, and the card will show into the timeline. So for web developers, you can use it easily.
How do you send images?
The-
Base 64? A binary.
And you will get this card without dealing with the layout, without dealing with anything. Just do your server.
And how do you tell your client?
This is what I'm trying to find. But I didn't use. Maybe when you use the My Glass application, you'll get the
Basically, we need the
glass.
glass.
Yeah. And here we have the Glass Development Kit. Simply, you will develop an Android application and use Glass. I'll show you to as the compile as the build.
The target.
Yes. Then you'll get the APK and connect your Glass and install it.
There's no glass app store.
I think the
Can you
My
sign it
Glass.
out?
There is in My Glass.
Yes.
Okay, from the phone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
It's
Yeah, what is the
on
phone
the
app?
Play Store.
It's in the Play Store. You
It's in the
install
Play
it.
Store.
Yeah, you
No,
install the app.
Google guys
The
are
apps,
crazy.
can they be listed in the Play Store also,
No,
or
no, no,
just
no.
the Glass Store?
Oh,
This
yeah.
is high limit of thinking.
Yeah, so you just
Just
turn them off.
It's
On and off.
So, if you just want an application on the Glass with a static card, and you don't need to use sensors like gyroscope, compass, and you don't need to use the location. Just use the mirror API if you are a web developer, it will be a lot easier for you.
How do you install the mirror API app? You have to wrap it in an APK or something?
I don't know. And if you want to be offline and use the, for example, the live cards only come with the GDK. What you get from Android is the location provider. Any Android developers?
Yeah.
Okay.
How you guys doing?
The same way you use the location provider for Android, you use it for Glass. And the camera intent, when you want to open your camera, open the camera, your glass, and the visualizer intent for text to speech, and options menu. The same way you use menus in Android, it will be على طول ported to Glass. And sensors, the same way you use it in Android, you will use it in Glass. What you get from the GDK, the voice triggers, which you can build your own. For example, we want to build a trigger called Call Burhan. Okay? And when you are
doesn't reply.
He stopped replying already.
and when your card is showing, you just say call Burhan. Burhan will be called. Okay?
Okay, so where does this application reside? On the phone or on the glass?
No, on the Glass.
On the glass.
Yeah.
Can I write something that Android application that interacts with the glass?
I think so, yes.
Okay,
If
do
the
they have
phone-
to be separate or one? Complex.
أكيد separate.
Separate, huh?
يعني if it's one, why do you want to put it in the both?
Like streaming, I think so.
No, I mean, for example, the
If you want to connect your phone to the Glass, why the application should be the same?
so it's just another intent, maybe, huh?
Like when someone called you. I think so.
Okay, so the launcher
It's-
or
He's calling on the mobile, not on the glass.
See,
when he's
when
calling,
they build the Glass, they are not replacing the phone or the tablet. It's something completely
extend
different.
it.
Yeah.
Well, if your phone, the one that's connected to Glass, shuts down, runs out of battery, whatever, Bluetooth dies, what can the Glass do? Anything? That's it.
Yeah,
You can connect
standalone.
All the GDK applications are without the phone, I think.
Right?
Yeah.
So, for example, you can't take pictures.
You can take pictures.
You can take pictures, but you have to have internet access through Glass.
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi.
So the internet access is through the Glass itself.
No, isn't there
No,
a GDK
like,
for the offline?
it's either
Yeah.
through your phone or through a wireless router.
Okay.
So it's
Oh, okay.
either
So
one.
either through Wi-Fi or through tethered to your phone.
Yeah.
No, but I think that's if you are offline, you can take use of GDK.
No, you can use anything. If you're offline, you can't use the.
You can use the GDK applications.
No, but you can't use the voice recognition because I tried it and.
Yeah, the voice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. What I meant is if it's offline. Yeah. Not when it's.
The
I'm not sure if you can download the library for the voice on the Glass. Like on the phone, without
It's offline,
internet,
yeah.
you can use. Pad gesture recognition is included in the JDK for the swaps. And card scroller, because you are developing, like you are developing in Android, so you need the Glass UI
Yeah.
to build. For example, if you are using, if you want to do an immersion,
Yeah. You need the string.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so this is the card scroller, and then you add your cards in it. Then
This is like GUI design, basically. You're saying.
Yes.
Kind of like-
yes. And a card builder, you know what's a builder? It's a design pattern, huh? Yeah. You can take the card glass and just, for example, set text, and it will build the card with the text. If you put an image, it will set the image on the left and your text
Like
in the
a
center.
It's like a
So-
nice photo.
Yeah. And also you can do your own count. And you have the live counts. You can use both the Mirror API and GDK. And for what can you do with applications on Glass? Because it's different than the mobile. For example, the periodic notifications, calls, messages, likes on Instagram or Facebook, you can push them to the Glass, and you can do share for images, and you can do text share,
Don't think so.
and ongoing tasks like Strava application and golf sets. I will show you these applications. This is the talk.
Yeah, it's the one below it. This one?
Get something to drink.
Water.
Yeah, this one.
This one?
Yeah.
This is not Strava.
This one.
It is? This is not Strava. Yeah.
How is it measuring the heart?
A strap.
Strava?
Maybe an accessory strap.
Maybe just
So-
by Google Plus.
This is the live count. Okay.
I had this on gun.
The demo about Strava is here, but the video is long, so
Maybe Strava and Google Plus.
and the golf site.
This is a good one. Sorry, that is.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Strava.
Turn off the HD.
Control.
Hey, I always find that a little nuts. So get the coolest and latest apps.
Don't have to select so that we can also view it without
See here.
This.
He said, okay, Glass, play golf. By voice,
So to open the
voice
application.
ticket. Yeah. Then the Glass will open, and
Trigger with his location.
yeah.
It's on the search, huh?
So this is the golf
Good.
field. It give you the next hole and this stuff, and your distance.
Knows how many alpha. It's
What?
Is Google aware of the fact that it makes you dizzy maybe the first couple of times? They're aware of that, I guess.
I believe. Have you heard they did anything about it? Did something about it? Because it was mentioned before.
But do you get used to it after some time?
I think because you're wearing the prescription glasses. That's my assumption.
Just like a 3D glass.
Time for laser cuts.
Well, we've been a close partner of Google really even before Android. So we were the first company to make Android games. We're the first company now that's brought out a game for this. What we believe is going to be truly, frankly, revolutionary hardware long term. We see this as a potential phone replacer in the next decade.
Do you size a market for a game like this, or do you just want to be there so when people are thinking about gaming, they're talking about Blue Mobile?
It's a little bit of both, in the sense that we're currently the only game available for glass in the Glass store. So we're featured heavily, you're going to get a big market share of that. Obviously,
because now developers can't put
exactly
can't
the
put
game market. It's not something
applications
exactly. So long term, we think they're going to sell more and more of these, probably exponentially as price points come down. So this is kind of a iPhone moment we feel for wearable. So 2007 was the start of a big PC in your pocket.
Start. Next year.
No, the player is not like YouTube.
Yeah. Wordlands.
Wordlands is, for example,
Download the game on Glass.
You download
it?
That's different. Okay, Glass, translate this.
Oh, cool. This is an amazing use case.
So the immersion will.
I have translated.
It did right.
Will show.
Tried it.
And when you
tried
when you
Nexus. It came up with Nexus only.
it will start translating when you when you move your head.
Okay.
So
try it. Do you have it?
This translates English to French or French to...
شوف.
It did for Spanish to English right now.
Translate.
You translate.
Okay, Glass. Translate.
How is it
There
immersion?
won't be any headache learning language.
Translate.
Yeah.
Android application.
No, how is it immersion?
In the next
Okay, Glass.
Immersion.
Translate.
Immersion. Usually these are immersion.
Yeah, this is immersion. When you say the voice, it triggers your glassware and the immersion starts. So you can't swipe the top.
Okay.
Amazing. It's overlaying the translation.
It says, think with a cup of coffee.
According to the French translation.
The French translation.
And now I'll show you all the cooks.
Something in different language.
Okay, Glass.
But you can translate English to French.
Oh, we
Yeah.
can. I thought it just translates whatever different language.
It's like foreign languages, Portuguese, Italian, I think Portuguese, French,
Okay,
German, and
So
English.
inter-translation between them.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
What's the
Or I should say crazy. I don't know.
It's
All
English,
the cooks
Portuguese,
is,
German, Italian, French.
They can do
But
this.
not Australia.
Okay, Glass.
Yeah.
So
English is a step. I'm surprised it understood my
you get
answer.
the recipe,
Speaks
and the recipe will be
Australian.
there. And you start cooking. Then if you forget the ingredients, you just move your head up. The list of ingredients you show.
This way is
Amazing.
no more grease reactions.
And so,
It's by the way, this application is for men because women have it memorized.
so
now people
how do you tell
sharing
to
mobile
go
phones
to the
with
next
this, they will be
video?
sharing here. Nice one. The first thing you start, your hand will be.
This is what I was gonna say.
Maybe you can. For distribution, your app, if you want to distribute your glassware, my glass is the store, and for normal glasswares, they are downloaded immediately. Then, but for glasswares that need authentication, because you will not write your email and password here, the developer will be responsible for this.
Sure.
He will use your account and authenticate the application. Then install it on glass. So it will be installed authentically.
That's how
Already
YouTube
authenticated,
Already.
That's how YouTube works. You have to go to YouTube on your
And
phone and then give it permission. Then
Okay,
it will be installed on your phone,
Okay.
on your glass. Sorry.
In this case, you're writing. In this
And
case,
it's not yet.
open to the public.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah. This is the type of application I was asking about before, right?
Mm.
Then you need to write both.
Yes,
Different,
yeah.
different applications.
Thank you for listening, and I hope all we get
This is
glass.
Thank you.
Just like as if you were authorizing it for other.
Yeah, just like that. So in this case, it will be two separate tabs. That's what I'm
No,
asking.
man. How is it two separate apps?
For example, the YouTube application.
Yeah.
Is it only on glassware?
Yes.
Yeah, only on the glassware.
But you need.
The thing is that
you have to
the
authenticate.
token that it sends needs to be authenticated here because there is no OAuth available.
So it uses MyGlass, the store, as the way
As
of
the client.
authentication. Okay.
خلاص ها؟
إيه. عبد الرحمن